Welcome to the St. Anthony of Padua Athletic Handbook presentation. The Athletic Handbook contains the St. Anthony athletic policies and procedures that may become useful during the school year. In this presentation, I will briefly be touching on numerous and important parts of the handbook. I hope that this presentation will be helpful for you during the athletic seasons throughout the school year. You may review the entire athletic handbook online at the St. Anthony of Padua Catholic School website. We'll be talking about the eligibility requirements for athletes at St. Anthony. Student athletes must maintain an acceptable grade and conduct level during the athletic seasons. All student athletes must maintain a C average and a conduct grade of satisfactory or better in all classes. If a student athlete has a D average or a needs improvement for auxiliaries in 2 or more classes, or if they have a failing average or a unsatisfactory grade in auxiliaries, or if they have an incomplete in any one class, that student athlete is placed on academic probation. If their conduct grade level is at a unsatisfactory or a needs improvement in any one class, that student is placed on academic probation. During academic probation, student athletes are not allowed to participate in games for a period of 2 weeks. Holidays and days that school is not in session do not count toward that 2-week period. The student athlete must attend all practices and home games in support of their athletic team. The 2-week probationary begins the day after progress reports or report cards go home. At the end of the 2-week probationary period, that student's grades will be re-evaluated, and if those grades have improved and all standards have been met, then that student athlete may participate in games from then forward. Consistent and productive practice is essential for any athletic team to be successful. Student athletes are expected to attend all practices and games. If a student athlete cannot attend a practice or a game, parents, please notify your coaches as soon as possible. As soon as you know that your child will not be able to attend a practice or a game, please let your coaches know. It is very important that coaches know who is going to be at the games and who is going to be at each practice so they may plan accordingly. Missing a practice or a game for another team's practice or a game is not a valid excuse. If a student athlete is absent from school, they will not be able to participate in an athletic event that day. A student athlete absent at the beginning of the day must arrive at school before lunchtime to be eligible to participate. Uniforms, equipment, and athletic fees. At the end of each athletic season, all uniforms and equipment must be returned to St. Anthony as soon as possible. It is very important to get these uniforms turned in so that they may be checked in and put away for the following season. If your child would like to wear compression shorts, t-shirts, or long sleeves during athletic events, please make them white, gray, or navy. All other colors are not acceptable and will not be allowed to be worn. There is an athletic fee for each sport here at St. Anthony. It is $150. Fees are encouraged to be paid through the WinWeb fax account. Transportation. All student athletes are responsible for providing their own transportation to and from all practices and games. Please be on time to pick up your child from any practice or game. Parents picking up children from a practice or a game must come to the gym or to the field. Student athletes will not be allowed to wait in the office or in front of the building. For away games or meets that require an early dismissal, please use the following procedure on the next slide. Athletic early dismissal policy. Some of our games are quite a ways away from St. Anthony, so it is required that we have to be let out early to make the start time of those games. Parents picking up athletes and their siblings should park in the middle school park and walk lot. Parents are encouraged to wait outside the AMR doors to meet your athlete. Athletes will be signed out and dismissed through those doors. middle school siblings will also be dismissed through the same doors at the same time. Lower school siblings must be signed out through the front office. Parents, please walk from the park and walk lot to sign them out at the front office. Parents, please email the front desk or have your lower school sibling report to the front desk before school to get an early release sticker. Parents, please stop for snacks or drinks before you pick up your athlete to the away games. Playing time. The varsity team in each sport is considered to be a competitive team. Coaches will make the playing time decisions that will increase the chance of the team being successful. While every effort will be made to play all members of the team in each game, there is no guarantee that each player at the varsity level will receive equal or playing time. At the JV level, being competitive is still one of the goals, but there is more emphasis on the team development and player development. Each team member will receive playing time. It is at the coach's discretion to determine how much play time for each team member. At the C team level, also known as a developmental team, each team member will receive a significant amount of playing time in each game. Playing time for all teams will be determined by a variety of factors, including skill, strength, physical development, attendance, following directions, dedication, aggressiveness, accepting constructive criticism, attitude, work ethic, respect, coachability, improvement, and performances in practices and games. Playing up. Depending on the number of players on each team and certain circumstances such as injuries, sickness, and eligibility, a player or players whose skills are at a level to truly contribute to an upper level team may be asked to play up. That player or players will be part of that upper level team. It would not be allowed to play on both teams. Decisions to ask a player or players to play up will be a joint decision between the coaches and the athletic coordinator. Communication. St. Anthony Athletics both welcomes and encourages the communication between coaches and parents. However, there is a proper time and place. Immediately before, during, or after a practice or a game is not the proper time for a meeting. Parents may contact the coach and set up a time that is convenient for both parties. The positive focus of such meetings should be on the student athletes standing on the team and ways to improve. The focus should not be in comparison to other players on the team. Please use the 24-hour rule. If you are upset with a coach, please wait 24 hours to approach, call, or email the coach. Right after a game or practice is probably not the best time for you or the coach. Please do not coach your child or other children from the sidelines during a practice or a game. Please allow the coaches to do their job. The athletes and the coaches do not need any further distractions. Volunteers. St. Anthony of Padua Athletics depends heavily on the generosity of our outstanding parents. Manning the concession stand during basketball, volleyball, soccer, or football games is a very important way to help out. Proceeds help support Padawan parents, which in turn support athletics. Keeping score, keeping the clock, or the book, or even helping out on the chain gang, all are very important jobs that we could use help with. Sometimes parents are unable to drive their athlete to a game. Helping out with transportation to away games is also a very important task. Facilities and safety. For the outside athletic events, the playground is reserved for the St. Anthony before and after school program. If the after school kids are inside, then other kids may use the playground but must be supervised at all times. The parking lot, the creek, and the woods are off limits. On the soccer and football field, The spectator area is on the same side as the bleachers. Parents should not be near the bench during the games unless asked to do so by the coach or the athletic coordinator. For the athletic events inside, children should not be outside unsupervised. Children should remain with their parents. The fellowship hall, the AMR, and other parts of the school is off limits. Please keep your children with you. Do not allow the kids to play in the corners of the gym or out in the gym hallway. The bench stage area is reserved for the coaches, players, trainer, workers, and other officials. Play Like a Champion Today Coach and Sport Parent Education Program. Play Like a Champion Today provides leadership in a worldwide effort to renew the culture of sport for youth. It does this primarily by educating ethically responsible sport leaders, coaches, parents, students, and athletic administrators, who in turn will reach millions of young people. Coaching as Ministry educational program crafted by leaders in the fields such as sports psychology, coaching education, Catholic theology, and moral development. Play Like a Champion Today is centered around the principles of justice, tolerance, respect, and solidarity. It is designed using the best athlete-centered practice supported by research into character development and faith formation through sports. It was originated at the University of Notre Dame and collaborates with concerned faculty and coaches throughout the country. Play Like a Champion Today deals with tough sport issues and supports schools in promoting character building for athletes and families, building teams as moral communities, champion-centered best coaching and parenting practices, sportsmanship, responsible decision-making, the spirituality of sport, the growth approach to athlete motivation, adolescent development, promoting a safe sport environment, strategies for developing partnerships between coaches and parents. Sportsman and Identity Pledges. The following pledges for St. Anthony of Padua Catholic School student athletes, parents, and coaches exemplify the Play Like a Champion Today GROW approach and the cardinal virtues of prudence, justice, fortitude, and temperance. Please read through the student athlete pledge and the parent pledge on this slide, and on the following slide, the coaching pledge. Please read through the Play Like a Champion Today as a minister coach pledge. As always, our athletic department is built on faith. We are always appreciative of prayers from the sidelines. Thank you for watching this informational video. Please do not forget to sign the acknowledgement form and return it to us as soon as possible. If you have any questions or concerns, please contact us. Go Dolphins!